This is literally a sold-out audience. This is really, really incredible. Wow. Welcome to Theater at BPY. I haven't been able to say that in 2 years. Our last show, which was 2020, we were rehearsing Seussical, and we were 1 week from opening when the world shut down. Yeah, it was very unfortunate for so many reasons. The students here have been working so hard. We had amazing costumes from our amazing costume designer who's here. Where are you, Anna? Oh, there she is. She's incredible. She designed the shows and the costumes tonight's show. Also, we were really ready to go 1 week until show. And Rabbi Zucker and I were like, after Pesach, just May, June, maybe June, the latest. And in the end, we ended up doing a recorded version of our show and played it on Zoom, and it was great. But as you and I know, that's not live theater, right? There's nothing like live theater. Woo! Yeah, yay! And last year, of course, all after-school clubs were canceled. We were just happy to get the children in the building for school. But now that we're vaccinated, we're unmasked, we're back in live, this is really exciting. So in this show, we have over 30 students in grades 3 through 8. We have 7 graduating 8th graders. Many of them have been in all of the shows they could be in since 3rd grade. Many of them, and then some of them sort of joined over time. And after the second performance today, so if you're coming back, you'll get to see our graduation ceremony. It's very sweet, and we sort of send them off with a special award. So come back at 3 o'clock so you can enjoy that afterwards. So I'm Rebecca Lopkin, and Envision Theater is my company, and we bring performing arts programming to Bergen County Jewish schools, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. We're all over. We actually have a show in a couple weeks at a Mariah School. We're doing Aladdin there. So, and hopefully some of their kids are going to come see our show. We try to kind of let everybody, enjoy each other's work. Today, we're going to get started momentarily. Before we do, just some housekeeping. Take your phone and turn it off, please. We are recording the show, so if anybody didn't get to come, we will have an edited, nice version that will be sent out for everybody to enjoy. If you really want to take a few pictures, then be on airplane mode, I think, and no flash. So turn your flash off now because the flash actually is blinding to the actors. We don't want to do that. If you have any little humans who feel like they need to take a break, if you can go out the back door, because right here, as you can see, we had to block it off. That's our other backstage. Obviously, in event of emergency, we will allow people to go to all of the exits, but if it's not an emergency, you just need to take a little crying person out. If you can head out into the back, there's another gym, you can head in there, that would be really great, so we don't disturb the actors. What am I missing? I want to thank Rabbi Zucker for his continued support of our program. And thank all of our sponsors for tonight's show. Thank you for the people who put ads in the playbill, the parents who sent dinner during the tech week. We literally never had anyone do that in 10 years that I'm here, so thank you, parents. That was super generous. Thank you so much. And to all our parent volunteers. Your children have been working on this show since October. It's a long time. It's a lot of hours. So thank you for schlepping them and for dealing with my million emails. But you'll see after you watch the show what they were working towards. Okay, so I'm not the star of the show, so I should probably leave the stage. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, and please enjoy the music band.
No, sir.
Or anybody else.
River City next!
Cash. 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 Cash.
For the hard good.
Cash.
For the top good.
Cash.
For the thick good.
Cash.
For the noggins and the pickings and the firkins. Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? You can talk, you can talk. Bigger, you can talk. Bigger, 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 you can talk. You can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Ever meet a fellow named Hill?
Hill.
Hill? 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 No!
Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute.
Now he doesn't know the territory. Doesn't know the territory? It's the fellow's name.
Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute.
Ever read about his line? Ever worries about his line? Or a doggone thing he's just a big beef bellring, big hall, reeker, necker, nothing, ripper, every time he blows out salesman. That's what Sir Harold Hill. Harold Hill. Tells, what's his line? What's his line?
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? He's a music man. He's a what? He's a what? He's a music man. And he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass. Big brass bass. And the piccolo, the piccolo. And a tango and a big red shirt. Well, I don't know much about them, but I do know piccolo and some trombones. No, sir. No, the fellow sells bands. Boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king in the galleys and galleys and he loves it. And when the man dances, certainly, boys. What else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When the man
dances, certainly, boys. What else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you gotta know the territory. All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I know this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rode out to the city limits on a rail.
Why should you get a road out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach the kids to play and to form them kids into a band with himself as the leader. Well, won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Even great Professor Harold Hill won't try to sell them neck-bowed Hawkeyes out here.
River City, Iowa, population 2,212. We're crossing the state line into Iowa. Board!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think we'll have to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it. Excuse me, do you know the way to the nearest hotel? Pardon, but
I can't.
There's nothing half
It is, if you want to go run in your drawers all day.
And there I was, in Madison Hospital, and nobody came for me. Cousin Will never came, Aunt Bertha never came. Your Aunt Bertha is dead. She wouldn't have come anyway.
It's cold as they're falling, thermometers in December. If you asked about our weather in July, and we're so fine and stubborn, we can stand to touch your noses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirts and our backs to go with it. If your heart should happen to die, what the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it again. We really ought to give Iowa, Hawkeye, Iowa. Going that Marshall down, Mississippi, ought to give Iowa a try.
Ah, Mr. Squires? Yes, I'm interested in a rate for Sunday. You can accommodate me.
Gregory?
Marsala!
Gregory, you old son of a gun. What? But Gregory?
Professor Hill's the name, Harold Hill.
But Gregory, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you were coming?
I didn't know I was myself. Besides, how can I know you'd end up in a little tame town like this? You're a pretty big slicker when you visit me.
Too many close shaves the way you were. Besides, I got me a nice principal guy, Ethan Kaufmeyer, boss's nephew.
Not legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? You're back in the band business? Last I heard, you were steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Now, give me the lowdown here, Marcus.
We'll never get anywhere near the Stubborn Irons, Greg. Besides, we just got a stuck-up music teacher exposed to you before you get your grip on that.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's Liberian. Female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. If she passes by, point her out to me.
I will. How are we going to start the new pitch?
Same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance, and then my next step will be to get your town out of serious trouble with sin.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I have to create a desperate need for a kids game. You remember. Now, what's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Oh, except the billiard parlor just put a new pool table.
You never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. Either you're closed your eye to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got in trouble, my friends. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say. I'm always mighty proud to say. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help cultivate horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets at the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum, with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for cool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? They'll be trying out Bevo, trying out Cuba, trying out tailor-made like cigarette beans, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sunset one fine night. They leave the pool hall, headed for the dance of the army, liberty, men and Scarlet Woman in ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son and your daughter with the arms of a jungle animal instinct. Masteria! Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Mothers in River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of trouble. The moment your son leaves the house, the TV's buckled with knickerbockers, below the knee, are certain words Words like swell and soldier old man. If so, my friends, you got trouble right here in River City. With a capital T and that rhymes with T and that stands for cool. We surely got trouble right here in River City. With a capital T that rhymes with T that stands for cool.
No.
Didn't I meet you in?
No.
I will only be in town a short while.
Good. Hello, Mama. Hello, dear. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Yes, ma'am. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town. Oh, no. I never saw him before. Did you say anything? He tried. Didn't you say anything? Mama, of course not. All right, Amaryllis. Now your exercises. Sol, do, la, re, ti, mi. A little slower, and please keep the fingers as curved and nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear. If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted. I know what the gentleman wanted. What, dear? You'll find it in Balzac. Excuse me, Drillette, but I've never read it. Neither has anyone else in this town. There you go again, with the same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much too hard. Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I cannot help but concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice. Darling. When a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all those other highfalutin freaks. Now, Mama, if you don't mind me saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject. No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about the stranger. What stranger? The suitcase who made your very last chance. Now, Mama, do you think I'd allow a common master? Now, really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention. I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind my saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to the blend of Pablo and young St. Pat, Noah Webster. You concocted for yourself out of your Irish imagination, your Iowa stubbornness, and your library full of books. Well, if that isn't the best guy I've ever heard. Thank you. Can I have a drink, please? May I have a drink, please? Yes, dear. Is that a way to walk into the house? Well, that would do it all. I'll have a kiss from my boy. The lady over there is your sister, young man. Hello, Winthrop. Winthrop, where are your manners? I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you come? I would especially like it very much if you come. Winthrop? Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you for a party. Are you going or aren't you? No. No what? No, thank you. You know the little girl's name. He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his list. He's ashamed. We all know about his list, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop? I'll bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis. Amaryllis. Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lists. It's not only because he lists. That's just part of it, Amaryllis. What's the other part of it? Never mind, dear. It's just that he doesn't talk very much. Not even to you and your mother? No, dear. We all have to be a little patient. I'm patient, even though he doesn't talk to me, but I do. Every night, I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to say it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight. There, darling. If not Winthrop, they'll be someone else. Never! I'll look like an old maid like you. For the time being, just put in good night, my someone. You can put in the name when you write someone for the all right, it's better than nothing. Yes, it is. Now you can play your cross-hand piece. Now I may play my cross-hand piece.
wife, you Lady Mackenzie Shen, for leading the singing. As mayor of River City, I welcome you, River citizens, to the 4th of July exercises, to the pier, in the indoors in the Madison Gymnasium, on account of the weather. 4 The school board will not present a patriotic tableau. The school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagree with that costumes, I suppose. Instead, the River City Dramatic Society will present a spectacle. My wife. She's not the spectacle, in which my wife, Lady Mackenzie Shen, will take a leading part.
We will now reenact our country's path to liberty.
I am the beloved King George.
Boo!
Hey! You'll be back. Time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. What do you say, General Washington?
I want to give you a word of warning, Mad King George.
You'd be mad too if you were in my shoes.
And what pretty shoes they are.
Why, thank you. I got Oh, sorry.
Alexander Hamilton, what do you have to say? I am not removing my shot. Yet. Oops, it's my line. It's my line. I, Aaron Burr, will speak for the Patriots. We will not surrender to England.
We'll see about that.
I'm sorry. Alexander Hamilton, what do you have to say? I am not removing my shot. Talk less, smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. Who set off that firework?
Tommy Jules did it. Tommy Jules did it.
Yeah, it was Tommy Jules. Tommy Jules, I wouldn't leave you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place, providing the rain stops at 9:30.
How can it be raining when there's everything fair? There sure did look after the storm.
You wouldn't last very long. The bacon was just inaccurate most of the time. You wouldn't last very long.
Well, you remember the school board stopped bickering in public?
All the what I said was.
Never mind.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now, just a minute.
Is it a pool table or isn't it?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get this whole thing from our school.
Let's protect our children. Resist city corruption. For young kids pure. May I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this troubled friends with the wave of my hand, this very hand. Please excuse me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Kids Band per round. I would think, my friends, that any pool table ever hoped to compete with the Gold Triangle. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous, fabled walls of Eureka. Oh, billiard parlor walls come tumbling down. Oh, a band will do it, my friends. So yes, I mean a kids band. I mean, say River City's gotta have a kids band. I mean, she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gonna have a kids band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred, and you'll hear the glitter of crashing cymbals, see the thunder of rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets. Ta-da! And you'll feel something akin to the event I once enjoyed, when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, John Philip Sousa, all took the town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones on the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. No more than 1,000 reeds ringing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper bottom, timpani, and horse platoon, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphony comes and make bassoon. Each bassoon having his big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than acts of every size of trumpeters who'd improvise a full octave higher than the score.
And lady, this calls for emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I want his credentials. Grab that hoodlum.
Thank you, Professor. I have to make an example of him. Ringleader, you know, what he does, the gang does.
Jeez, oh Pete, let me go.
You wild kid. You're tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't here tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together. Jeez, oh Pete.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you're doing. My little Gracie singing. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till we lay the rails. Hell, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this panther. Over City Hall, 10 o'clock, sharp. Men and lady, I want that man's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough, and he's at the gang waiting outside.
No, Constable, let me show you how to break the game. Oh, young lady. Oh, miss, what's your name?
It's Anita. I know any two of you is beckoning me. You got.
Did you know Tommy Drilla?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home. By the way, the candy kitchen.
Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
You got. Professor, you're a pretty bright young fellow, but you made a couple mistakes though.
Oh?
The mayor happened to own the billiard parlor and the new pool table.
Oh, what was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Gentlemen and lady, I have to take you to your car back to my hotel. I was just on my way to retrieve them.
Mr. Hill.
Professor.
Professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women in the streets, like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I was a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, Goldwyn was class of odd 5.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? Another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give me some very interesting information about you. Gal, a god, simply a god. On the Quavee.
Everyone's so excited about the band. I'm Ethel Toffelmeyer.
And this is Mrs. Squires, Mrs. Hicks, and Amaryllis. Oh, and of course you met Eulalie McKechnie Shin. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie? Oh, I could not say. Oh, no, I could not say. My husband would wish to it. I'm sure I'm Richardson. Oh, yes, I'm Richardson.
Of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music play is really on dance. No, wait, do that again, Mrs. Shin. Your foot, the way you moved it just now.
Oh, well, I have a bunny there that bothers.
Oh, what grace, what flow, what natural rhythm. You must accept the chairmanship for the Ladies' Auxiliary of the classic dance. Mustn't she, ladies? Mustn't
Oh,
she?
yes, Eulalie, you must.
Oh, Mr. Hill, I'm unsure. Well,
Then you accept?
oh, well, I would like to say.
Will you accept then?
I would like to say then,
So you accept.
yes.
Perfect. Now, the lady who plays the piano, Miss Peru, I believe. After all, she is the librarian.
Take a little, talk a little, take a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Take a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep. Move faster, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any commodity. Of course, I should tell her she advocates inappropriate books.
Appropriate bug.
Traveling!
Bold!
Cheep, 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 cheep. I should tell you that. How? My street, let me tell.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison, Madison Gymnasium, Madison Hospital, Madison Picnic Park. That's Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. He gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. He gave the town the library, but he left all the books to her.
She's seen going and coming from this place. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That would be a brazen overture to the kids and guaranteed. She's melted down and you'll reveal a lump of lead as cold as steel. Here, where a woman's heart should be. He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Monster! Traveling!
Bold!
Cheep, 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 cheep. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 cheep. Pick a little tackle, pick a little more. Cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle, pick a little more. Pick a little tackle, pick a little tackle, cheep, 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 tackle
Mrs. Peru, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a corn virtuoso?
Oh, I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your boy has that same firm chin and those splendid cheekbones, by George! Not that he can ever be really big, you understand?
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Richard, why not?
You see, all the really big cornettas are Irish. O'Connor, O'Malley, O'Klein.
Oh, Professor, we are Irish.
No, really. That cinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine. From $7 earnest money. Nothing more due to the installment payable of your damn. Thank you. Now, of course. I'll need the boy's measurements for his band.
His uniform.
Hello, son.
Would it have
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We could barely get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. So if you get him to play in the band, it'll be a miracle. Where are you from, Professor?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Gold medal class of '05. Hello, Miss Peru.
Mr. Hill. He wants to put Winthrop in the band. Do you burst it on everyone's home like this? Marion. We're not interested.
Now, why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else? I'm sorry, Professor. I do hope you'll excuse Marianne. She's not really herself today.
Of course. I'm sure that at heart she's just as lovely as herself. Good day to you, Mrs. Peru.
Good day to you too, Professor.
Marion Peru.
Has he gone? I hope not forever, John. Don't you ever think of your future? Gary, Indiana, and Constantine has by my darling. Now, Mom, the fact that he plays these commodities music does not in this particular case impress me. All right, darling, all right. No, it is a well-known principle that if you keep foot in one drawer and steal in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire. Mama, Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go ask Mrs. Grubb for the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners. Do I have to? You won't have to say a thing. I've written it all down. Now, what are you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night? I am feeling that the Educational Journal will help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Supper.
Meet you where?
The footbridge.
Last time the lumberyard, now the footbridge? Where will we meet after that? The Black Hole of Calcutta? Egads, Tommy, it's Papa!
Didn't I say get that spellbinder Harold Hill's credentials? I said it morning of July 4th, 1912.
Yes, George, but...
Now the whole town turns upside down. The school board is singing up street and down now, instead of tending to city now.
Christian, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
Is who?
His university.
I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I could ever get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of '05.
If you'll just take some time to read a bit about the conservatory, I don't think you have to look further. It's on page...
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming to see us.
At this hour of the day, the Wells Fargo wagon.
Look at the band instruments.
The band instruments, I want that man's credentials.
receive instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instrument, and think about the video in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da. Sister, I never thought I'd see anything so scrumptious as a scrumptious tolerable thing. Oh, sister!
Thank you, Professor Hill. I've never seen Winthrop so happy.
My pleasure.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by-gad tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Mary, about that.
Come, George. I'll be late to my insurance office.
Hold on, I have to get something from the librarian. About that.
Lovely. Turn. Take your body. Lovely. Now let's have a go at Grecian urns. 1 Grecian urn.
2 Grecian urns, 3 Grecian urns, 4 Grecian urns, and the fountain.
Wonderfully. Now, I believe our skills are going Now, remember, smile. Always smile.
Kids, we should will have my head.
Miss Washington, I believe we're entitled to 5 more minutes.
If you think you can hold this kid back, then go ahead.
Start her up, Miss Washburn. Wait till you see the steps Professor Hill taught us.
Alrighty, what it'll be?
The shapoopy!
Dig your heel and push your toe, catch your tights and kick up. Switch your heel and backwards more and make the sky a rainbow. Jump to the left, slide to the right, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. Turn yourself around and round and dance the shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy. The dance that's all the rage. Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy. It's fun for any age.
That was so fun. Can we do it again?
But faster!
Dig your heel and push your toe, watch your turns and kick up. Switch your heel and backwards more and make the sky a rainbow. Jump to the left, slide to the right, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. Turn yourself around and round and dance the shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy. The dance that's all the rage. Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy. It's fun for any age. Fun for any age. Shapoopy.
No dancing with my daughter!
Mr. Shin, your honor, your daughter and I going steady behind your back, and we'd rather do it in front of your back, but
I'm gonna warn you once more. Not one poop out of you, madam. You know, I see written all over you, reform school. Now get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please. It's Kevin like you that make fun of the marketplace. Ye gads.
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Now go home.
Mayor Shea, I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foreground are in wheelchairs, like how the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their rear. I'll take them, my fine young feathered, my feathered young. Never mind, Olivia, JC, you or Owen. I want this man's references, and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Professor, I think marriage should be behaved abominably, and I think it's wonderful that you're coming to Tommy's defense.
Thank you. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave man only 500.
I just wish I was a little more informed about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet, mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine. He tells me about some think method. If he thinks the melody, he won't have to bother with the notes in our professor.
Miss Mary, sync system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. Now, I cannot discuss these things here in public, but if you'll allow me to call. What may I call?
Why any night this week?
Pick a little, pack a little, pick a little, pack a little, cheep, 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 pack a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, pack a little, pick a little, pack a little, cheep, 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 pack a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, pack a little, pick a little, pack a little, cheep, 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 pack a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, pack a little, pick a little, pack a little, cheep, 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 cheep. You dance like a fairy princess with the cheep, cheep for your floor. You have golden chip in your hair and silver sheets for all to see. We know that people sing have told them cheating part of lover's soul. Here, where a woman's heart should be. Fairy princess, movie floor, golden shimmer, silver shoes, now in gold, heart of gold. Here, where a woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Chaucer, Rabelais, Rolfe. Cheep, 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 a little apple, cheep, 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 apple, pick a little apple, cheep, 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 apple, pick a little apple, cheep, 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 apple, pick a little more, pick a little apple, pick a little apple, cheep, 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 cheep,
Mama! What the? Where have you been? Fishing with Harold. He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana. And he told me that he'd take me there someday. And he taught me a song with hardly any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. That's the town that knew me when. If you like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome, but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I have to show Amaryllis my live frog. La-di-da, la-di-da. Leave your dishes, I'll do them, Mama.
You a piano teacher in town?
Why, yes.
Then you must know about this Bell Hill Forward Kids Band here.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swimbledon 2-bit thimble rigger. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop.
Who are you?
Named Charlie Cow. Anvil salesman. But now I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. That fellow's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom to do just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what type of music teacher are you? You didn't see right through him. He's no more professor than
I know all about that. Being a are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director in the scholastic.
Harmless deception? Fine director? There's no such thing. No, sir, I've got to leave word about that fellow Hill.
And you'll never catch that train to Depot. You'll have to catch it at crossing.
I've got to leave word.
And you think I'm not going to leave it with?
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these messages?
Trust me. There's your train, now run for it.
Why, you double-dealing little... Who do you think you're protecting? That guy's got a girl in every county in Illinois. That's 102 counties. Not counting the piano teachers like you he cozies up to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you heard the last of me, girly girl.
Marianne, who are you just talking to? Why, Professor Hill.
Hello, Mrs. Carell, Miss Marianne.
Oh, Marianne, come set. I've got some jelly on the stove. There's no jelly on the stove, Mama. I won't put some on.
Shall we have some other stuff?
Well,
did ask me to call.
I heard some rumors.
Well, one hears rumors about everything. Why, I hear rumors about you.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they said, he left me an assured job so that Mother Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe.
Of course not. But why do you think people started this?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Jealousy, of course. What have you heard?
Just that, well, of course it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to rumors and things, but
Why?
it's what you said. If somebody, or a salesman, were to start these rumors, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
It just proves you should never believe everything you hear. I mean, if you discuss things,
Mrs. Mary, I would love to discuss anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, you do bend and all.
you could sit on the porch steps.
Or we can sit on a large hollow log over by the footbridge. I have something I want to talk to you about.
Okay, 15 minutes, that's it. Mama, Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be in the saints we praise, it worked.
What's it?
I've been using the thing system on you from the parlor.
One Grecian.
2 Grecian urns, 3 Grecian urns, 4 Grecian urns, and the fountain. Trickle, 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 trickle.
Stop, listen to this man.
You gullible green grass goats, I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
Same thing. He's had his hands in your wallet, mister, and yours, madam, and yours, little lady, ever since the first moment he came to this town. There's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. There isn't any man, there never has been any man, and there never will be any man. If you don't hunt this man down right now like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are you waiting for? I want my money back. Money back? I want his hide.
After him, and when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse. After him!
I can't find Winthrop.
Can't find Hill.
Hey, Gregory! Gregory, come back with all of our
I was spilling everything.
Go get the ring.
I got it.
What time does the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, if you want to turn a little around here and get yourself off, go ahead. But don't bring me
Don't
up.
worry. I'll be at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I meant about 26 years ago. It took you all this time to consider the footbridge. So,
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first who finds it easier to think when not with self-self.
Salesmanship. Surely you don't think I'm for you.
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I haven't given you anything.
Yes, you have. Something beautiful.
Marion, bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. lock. This could be it. What?
Who's the salesman here? Looks like you're selling and she's buying.
Don't worry about that. I'll go get the ring. Sorry, never a peaceful time in music. Now, where were you?
You're about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Well, you don't really need to go into that, do you?
No, or ever for that matter. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty when we first came.
Oh?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory, class of Ot 5. Harold, there wasn't any conservatory of Ot 5.
Why is there certainly?
Because the town wasn't even built till Ot 6. I'll see what the social...
You knew all this time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came.
Why, you little...
Greg! He isn't here.
He's not following us.
No, he isn't here. I checked my decree.
Let's go, man. Yes, and lady.
Winthrop!
Hey, wait a minute here, son.
I'm not your son. Leave go me.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyways.
Yes, I would.
Would not.
Would too. Tell me anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave go me, you big liar.
What's the matter? You want the truth, didn't ya? No, I'm begging you, and you're gonna stand here and get it all, so you might as well quit with me. There's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you with the band. Just so you can't come up when I'm feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, now that I think about it, that's not really any of your business.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe every word he's ever said. The way every child's been walking around town all summer, especially you and the parents. Does Mom wish you never come to River City?
Well, you do. Don't you?
No, now go, Harold, please.
Hurry up, Professor. That way.
I can't look up.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
Greg! Greg, they're here! Come!
Hurry up, Professor. That way. That way.
Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. If there are those of I have heard who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting, Irish-stubbing, chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Professor Harold Hill arrived. Do you? Do you? Sure, some of you ought to be grateful for what he's brought to River City, and I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a person in this hall who does not believe that this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, please step forward. You lady, step back. Have you even forgotten that you bought expensive uniform, high-priced band instruments, and technical instruction books? Have you people forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your children would learn how to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, kids, think!
audience, we have a show again at 3 o'clock, so it's not too late to put it on all your socials and post it. Tell everyone to come on down. As we wrap up this morning's performance, we will let you hugs and kisses and pictures with everybody here. And then we're going to ask everyone to head on over because we've got to give them a break and have some lunch so they can reset for the next show. If we can get the house lights on, please, so we don't trip. Thank you, Tal. All right.